Please, Gregory morning you on. He's going to be doing a speech for us. മലയാളിവെ എന്തിനെ കുറിച്ചാണ് ഒരു വാക്ക് പറഞ്ഞിട്ട് നീ തുടങ്ങിക്കോളൂ. ഓക്കെ, ക്രിസ്മസിനെ കുറിച്ചാണ്, ക്രിസ്മസ് മെസ്സേജ് ആണ്. എന്താണെന്ന് ഗ്രെഗറി തന്നെ കൂടുതൽ പറയുന്നതായിരിക്കും. നിങ്ങളോട് ദയവായി ശ്രദ്ധിക്കുക.
Respected Achin, parents, and my dear friends, when I was asked to give a Christmas message, I was surprised. But then I thought, what kind of message am I going to give? Who am I to give a message to people who are older than I am, who are more educated than I am, who are, more experienced than I am? But then I remembered what my grandma told me, how every individual in the world has their own personality. Everybody sees things in their own way, and thus they interpret it in their own way. So let me tell you during this Christmas what I see in these celebrations and how I interpret it in my way. We all believe that our Lord Jesus Christ was born in a manger on a cold and shivering night, at a place where his parents were strangers. As we read in the Holy Bible, the King of Kings was born like a homeless person. Among the people who heard the news of the newborn were simple shepherds who sleep with their flocks. What a humble beginning for a king. Can anybody show me from anywhere in history a king who began his life in such poor conditions and who was still considered to be one of the greatest kings of all time? Wasn't this a sign by the Almighty Lord about how he wants his creation to be like? My interpretation of Christmas from this very example is that the Lord himself was willing to come down to earth to save his own creation, man. We all know that Jesus was God, was a creation of God, who came from God to save his other creation, the human race. He, the God, became man to show the men of all nations how poor one can be by birth. He, the God, lived like a man to show the men of all races how simply one can live by preaching the word of love. And finally, he, the God, offered himself to show all of mankind how much willing he was to suffer the pains in life by dying on the cross. Again, what do we have to do but this God-shown example? Well, that is where humans fail. There are so many so-called Christian churches who say, we don't celebrate Christmas because there is no proof that Christ was born on December 25th. Now, I'm not saying that our Lord was or was not born on the 25th, but I don't think it's a date that is important. But it is the very message of simplicity in the Lord's birth, which is what makes Christmas important. Christmas is a time for gifts. We kids especially are so excited about the many gifts that we are going to receive. Well, this is again where humans fail. Most young people are excited about receiving gifts, while many parents are excited about the coming holiday, how much they're going to enjoy by the company of friends and family. I don't think it is the amount of gifts that are received that is important. But again, it is the very message of simplicity in our Lord's birth, which is what makes Christmas important. Christmas is a time where we learn simplicity in our lives, by sharing the good things with the less fortunate, and the willingness to suffer to make others' lives better. Christmas is a time for joy. It's also the time to share that joy with others. Recently, our young brothers in our parish arranged a bone marrow drive. They told us about giving blood. Imagine our Lord Jesus Christ, who shed his own blood on the cross to save mankind from sins. How many of us are willing to give a pint of blood to save the life of another person? How many of us are willing to give a small amount of bone marrow so that one person can live a longer life? Here is where the meaning of Christmas really stands out. Our Lord Jesus Christ gave his own blood to save mankind, and he is the King of Kings. Are we willing to give the same amount as Jesus gave? Let that be our thought while celebrating this Christmas. I wish you all a Merry Christmas. Thank you, and may God bless you all.